Okay, so for Milestone 4 App Showcase, it was mostly design stuff, so it should be one of the better showcases to look at. I know you can't see what I'm pointing to, but under my drop a spot at the bottom left above the Google logo, I added some text because it wasn't clear during my Think Aloud test. People didn't exactly know how to drop a spot. I saw them clicking and it was zooming in like that. And they were clicking on this. So I added this so it was a little bit more clear. We'll go through the process again. Just take a picture of my pillow. My room. My pillow. Let's add the spot. Okay, cool. So, this was from, I think, last milestone, this reshuffling thing. So here's my room, my pillow. There's the pillow. Spot title, my room, my pillow. Cool. So this is new. I finally configured the homepage, and what's interesting, and unfortunately, I don't know how to show it to you, but I'll show you in the code review. At the top, you'll notice it says rpagzo2@gmail.com. So initially, when you open the homepage, this doesn't show up. It'll make you sign in or register. When you register, it'll give you put in a email and a password, and once you do that, it'll create a unique user ID in my authentication in Firebase. And what I'm doing here is at the top, I'm just displaying the email address you use to sign in on your device. So in my case, I used one of my personal emails that I have that's just rpagzo2@gmail, and it's grabbing it from my UID. And I'm aware that, I could have just made a text view and added it on there, but I will show you in the code review why that's not the case, and it's actually grabbing what it's supposed to be grabbing. You'll also notice that I've implemented a recycler view, and I'm using this in lieu of my list view, which is here, which is, you're used to seeing this from my previous milestones. The recycler view basically is just a easier way to look at everything. The way it works is I created cards, and each of these list items, backlot, my room, enter title, they are their own relative layout view, and it just populates a list with the relative layouts, and I'll show you and explain everything in the code review for this week how I did that. It was kind of difficult to figure it out, but going through everything was really rewarding, because now that I figured out how to do this and write the adapter for these classes, I'm definitely going to be using them moving forward. I might even change my spot list to that, but I'm not sure quite yet, and I'll explain why. So here's the recycler view, and another thing to note before I move on to spots is this is only grabbing the spots that I created, meaning rpagzo2@gmail.com. Okay, so if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4 here that I've personally created. Okay, so keep that in your mind as we move on to the next fragment, which is the spots fragment. So this is all spots, and as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's more. The reason that is because this is exactly as it says. It's every single spot made. So it's not necessarily, so the backlot, let me see if that's on here. Yeah, the backlot's on here, laptop, my room, and enter title. So heavy fog is not on here. So a couple of these I manually added in the database in the same fashion that they would if I had a different phone and logged in as a different user and drop some spots. But that's something that I wanted to notice, or for you to take note of. So basically all spots is going to show you every single spot that has ever been created. whereas my spots are only the ones that you have created. So going back to the map fragment, there really isn't too much new. I did fix a bug where these were not working. However, I didn't really outline that in my previous milestone. The bug happened during this week, so I did fix that. And I also added some touch gestures, which I thought were pretty cool. So with 2 fingers, if you put 2 fingers on the map and you pull forward like this, you can tilt your map, which is pretty neat. And it kind of gives you like a better lay of the land as far as where these markers are actually dropped, so you know they're not all stuck on top of one another. Oops. Just like that, and you can zoom in and we can see exactly, see, reshuffling, texting. Okay. And it pulls the picture from the database. Everything still works as it should. Moving down the line, I know this is milestone 4 and this is the last that you're going to see it, but I am planning on adding a few buttons at the top of this list. The buttons are going to be, I don't know what the images are going to look like, but they're essentially going to be ways to sort your list. I don't like how, right now it just shows you everything, and there was no, I didn't have like a final way, and I didn't want to cram and make things look messy before my final hand in, so I kind of focused on just how everything looks, and I'm pretty happy with how everything looks as of right now. But moving down the line, I'm going to add some buttons up here that will sort your list. So ideally, if this app, goes somewhere and a lot of people start using it, this list will have, hundreds and thousands of spots on it, and no one's going to want to, sort through everything. And maybe you don't want to go on your map and look for all of these blips on the map either. So I'm going to have a button to sort by the newest 50, sort by ones that are in your area, and an alphabetical sort, just because why not? It's just nice to have that. And just so, me explaining all of this isn't moot, I want you to know that the way I'd be doing it would be simply just querying the database, and as far as, finding spots that are close to you, it might sound maybe a little difficult, but it's not. I already have the latitude and longitude saved for all of these different spots, so it would just be a case of searching within a certain radius. But that is everything for this milestone. The app is pretty much complete. We have a logo here that works, and the logo is also the same logo that I use up here. And that's everything. A pretty clean looking app. It works exactly how I wanted it to originally. We could add pictures and store pictures. They look nice when looking at them, and we now have user authentication. And that's everything for my showcase for milestone 4. Thanks.